take a seat. How are you doing? Great. Are you ready for the final stages of getting ready for the harvest ball? Good. Well, it happens in just a couple hours, so we are on the last 2 phases here. We're doing your makeup right now, and then I'll give you a short break, and then we'll move on to your hair, and then you'll be off to the ball. Exactly. I'm really excited for you. Your gown is all ready and set to go. So I'm going to show you a few makeup products, and then we're just going to get right into the makeup look, okay? All right, let me grab a couple things. So I kind of grabbed a few different products to kind of see what vibe you're trying to go for your makeup. You kind of have 2 options. So you can do a brown and really kind of just like fall festival vibes that goes with your gown. That would be products like this one, this one, and this one. And all of those would just be neutral brown kind of tones. Your other option is to just do a dark makeup look. So we would do a smoky eye. And that would be with this is one of my favorite Tarte liquid or cream eyeshadows. I'm sorry. It's black. It does a gorgeous blend for a smoky eye. So it's really up to you. Okay, you want to do a smoky eye, a darker look for the makeup. Okay, great. So I'm just going to start off prepping your skin. I'm just going to cover your eyes here. You to take this time to really just relax, so please don't worry about anything, but ask questions if you'd like, and I'll give you a little bit of information as we go through the steps. Just priming your skin here, okay? I remember from your first consultation when you did your check-in, you had combination skin. Sorry, a little knot in my hair there. Yeah, so I have 2 different primers that I can use on your skin. Just kind of, you can pick. This one is a Perfecting Photo Ready Primer. It does have a clarifying effect. Correct. And then this one is the Good Genes brand, which is the lactic acid treatment. You can see right there. This is for clarity, radiance, and younger looking skin. This one. Okay. So I'm just going to start by putting a little bit on my skin. And then I'm just going to put a few dabs on your face. think, with like a brush. Okay, here we go. Just getting under the eyes as well and onto your chin. Yeah. So I just not been feeling well the last few days, so my voice is like not hurt or like hoarse, but you know, just not all the way there, I guess. I don't know. Had a little bit of a cough, so probably that fall weather changing, you know. It's like 80 degrees and then the next day it's like 50. It really messes with you. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Okay, so next we're gonna just conceal. I have 4 different concealers here. I have 3 are set, 1 is matte. So they're all the 16-hour camos. This one I have not opened, but it's a fairer than the rest. And then I have these 3, so I'm gonna look at these 3, and if none of these work, then I'll use the other one. Let's try this one first. This one. Sorry. Okay. Then this one. I think I'm gonna need to open the other one. Let's just get it off. Let me just test this one on you. Just want to get it right the first time, you know. Definitely, this is the one. And I'm just gonna do a couple areas. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna go ahead in with a sponge. Now we're gonna just blend this out. Do you use sponges? I do like them, just for like some things, not everything. So, but I like for concealer a dry sponge. Just if you could just lift up just a little bit, thank you. Okay. Now I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but I am gonna go in with some of these glowy undertone. This is the light medium glow stick. Just gonna press this button, and basically it just puts some of that on here, and I will just roll this onto your face, okay? And this is just to create some of those subtle so there's no brush strokes. On any of these areas, you just don't want those brush strokes visible during your appearance. Okay, perfect. So everything is looking really good so far. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is matching your foundation. Okay, let me grab a few of our foundations and I will sample them and see which one is right for you. Now, were you wanting light coverage, full coverage, medium? Okay. Yeah. Something kind of in between full and medium, depending on the formula. Okay, let me grab and see what I have. So I have three here. All three are either medium or full coverage, and of course we have to build that a little bit. So I can kind of work with it either way. So let me just show you what I have. The first one I have is the Rimmel London Clean Finish, and this one is one of my favorites because it is, like I said, a very clean finish. It does exactly what it says, but it's also pretty thin for a medium full coverage foundation, so it's not too heavy on the skin. Next, I have the Lancome Regenerate Lift Makeup. This is like the normal to dry skin. It's not going to make you too oily or dewy, and I think it would match you pretty well. Third, I have the Pro Lumiere by Chanel. This one is a popular one just because it's Chanel. Obviously, I won't say that it's better quality than any others that I've shown you, but some people like that. It's a more fancy name brand. This is the Professional Finish Makeup with SPF 15. You obviously won't need SPF, but this one has a bit of a darker complexion, and I'm not sure it'll be right for you. Okay. So we'll go with the Clean Finish. By just adding some to your face. I'm going to first blend in with brushes, and then I will go back into the sponge to make sure there's no brush marks. Yes, exactly. And it has this really nice spatula, so I will just use this on your skin. And we're just going to blend out very neatly. Blend since you have some oiliness in this area we had talked about before. Exactly. And I think that will be the perfect finishing touch to this look as far as your skin dewiness. Yep, that's exactly right. Okay. Okay, that looks great. Now I'm gonna let that sit for just a minute while I show you the powders that I have. I have two. So I have, this one is the Kat Von D. This is the translucent setting powder. And you can see it's a pretty light powder, as is most translucent powders. I do love how this sits on the skin, and it offers a little bit of shimmer as well. Then the other one that I have is Bare Minerals. This one is kind of a foundation powder, so it's going to add a little bit to your coverage. A little bit darker as well, though. Just have to let you know. And you can see it's a little bit darker. I have never opened this powder, but I can. Okay, so you want to do this one? Perfect. For your setting powder, I am going to be using these little press sponges. And they're just one-time use sponges. And I will just open this powder up. And then I'm just going to pop the top here. There we go. And I'm just going to dab my sponge in there. Perfect. And then I am just going to dab this on your face. And I'll have to get a little more as we move through. I'm going to press under the eyes. There we go. And then just down the nose. And on the forehead. And then finally your chin. Okay. That will set for about 5 minutes, and let's talk eye makeup, okay? Okay, for your eye makeup, we are going to be doing the dark shadow smoky eye with the black cream shadow that I showed you earlier. I am going to add a little bit of a dark amber color to the corners of the eyelids, just here, and then a little bit in the center. Let me grab my autumn palette, and then you can pick a shade. For the fall festival, this is by far my most requested palette and most used palette. This has so many beautiful shades for the fall festival that, honestly, I've never found another palette that was able to compete. But if you like other brands, I do have a few others, like the I have a Sephora palette, and I also have a Naked palette, and a few others. But let's take a look at this one first. So here is the palette. you can see, we have almost all of the colors that you would probably want for something like an event like this. Do you see anything immediately that catches your eye? This one? Okay, any others? This one? And this one. Okay, so this one is a little bit darker, obviously, and this one has a rose gold tendency to its color. This one does as well, actually. Yeah. For yours, you don't really have any pinks. You have all the browns and oranges in your outfit. So I would stay with that color tone and probably do something like that. Okay, so you want to go with that one. All right, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get my makeup brushes for your eyes and do a little bit on this middle of the eyelids, and then we will go in with the black. Okay, so I'm gonna just start out with that color. Just gonna tap off the excess from the palette. I'm gonna set it over here. Gonna need more, I am sure. Okay, I'm gonna go in very gently on the center of your eyelids. Do this one first. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that. Okay, perfect. And if you need anything to drink or anything, or to use the restroom, just stop me and I will give you a little break. Okay, I know this can be a long process, but I think you are going to absolutely adore the end result here. Yeah, it's looking so pretty. So basically, I'm probably going to cover most of this up with the black, but it's a good start so that I have that gold base to the black. Now I do have the black cream shadow, but if you think it is too black, I can go with a lighter charcoal black. This is the cream shadow. It is very thick and very black, as you can see. Okay, you still want to do this one? All right. I'm going to just use this color. I think I'm going to use this one on the end of my piece here. And we're just going to apply it this way so I don't overdo the black. I just want to have just enough. If you put too much on here, it's going to just ruin the makeup look. And it happens very fast. So, okay. Here we go. Yeah, I agree. Getting a little bit more of that. I'm gonna go on the other eye. Here we go. Back over here. Alright, I'm gonna add a little bit more to each eye and then we'll blend. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit there. Add a little bit here. Okay, now I'm literally just gonna go in and blend, blend, blend. Okay, and switch brushes just for a second. I'm going to put a little bit of that color that you chose on the center and corners of the eye again. And that is going to just kind of top off the look. So we're going to go center, center, and then corners. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in with the blending brush and just blend this out on both sides. This is so pretty. Definitely think you picked the right color scheme for your costume. It's just gorgeous. Now, this is kind of premature, but before I get your breast powder off, I'm going to go in with this strawberry pound cake lip gloss. This is to pre-hydrate your lips before I add lipstick or anything like that. You don't want to add that on dry lips. Okay. Okay. Just I'm going to go ahead and spray a little bit of setting spray just on the upper eyes. Okay, while that sets, I'm going to grab my brush and remove your breast powder. This is the best brush. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this one, and I'm just going to rub this gently over top of you. Okay, good. Okay, let's really blending so pretty. Okay. Now I am going to go ahead and add a few glow drops. We're not going to do your blush yet. This is a wet, obviously, serum glow drop, so we want to have time to let it sit. Okay. That will just create this beautiful fall kind of autumnal glow. I'm just going to rub that in with my hands just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to do your brows. Let me grab my brow kit and we'll get started on this. So I have my brow kit here. This is my brow bag. I have all of my brow stuff in here. Now, how much you're going to want done to your brows is really going to make all the difference. So, are you looking for some very, very statement type brows that are thick, lined? Or do you want the natural kind of flow where I just kind of fill in? Okay. Alright, so let me me kind of show you what I'm thinking. So what I think we should do, given what you're telling me, is we'll start out with a darker pomade. Kind of this color. I have others if you think that's too dark, but I think that will blend perfectly with your face and hair. Then I will go over with a pomade glue to keep everything in place at the very end. This will be last, but I want to make sure everything stays in place. In between that, I will go over with my e.l.f. tinted brow wow gel. Same color pretty much as your pomade, but just want to fill in a little bit. If there is any questionable areas that look like they need to fill a little bit more, I will go in with my brow pencil that is that color to match everything. Okay, alright, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna grab my pencil here. Alright, first things first, I'm gonna just spoolie these out. Make sure they are all nice and brushed. I like to brush up and then over, so. And then like that. Yeah, I do too. Perfect. You have really full brows, honestly. I don't foresee any issues. Now for the pomade. I'm going to go in with that dark brunette pomade I just showed you. And I'm going to use this very fine brush so I can get a perfect line all around the brow for the outline. Alright. Okay, just bear with me. I'm just going to go. Whoops, let me get that. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna get more on there. Now what I do is I do the top of the brow on each side, and then I do the sides and the bottom on each side, taking very care to just keep a little bit on my brush at all times so I don't put too much on either area. Here we go. Okay, let's get a little bit more and do the sides. Okay, I'm going to just cut each side down. And then other side. Okay, now I'm going to do the bottoms. Here we go. I'm going to start over here. Ready? Yep. Perfect. Just cleaning my brush here, but I think that looks really good. I do like to add a little bit of bronzer just to each side of the brow there. It really helps. It just kind of see. So I'm just gonna go. Perfect. All right, now I'm gonna go in with that e.l.f. tinted brow gel. And this will just make sure that everything is nice and even. Okay. I just see one area that I think I could fill just a bit more. So I'm going to go in with my pencil here and I'm just going to fill those areas very gently. And just spray the brows to set them. Yes, so after I do this, I'll go in with the glue. You don't want to do the glue before the settings where you want them to set and then glue. Okay, let me grab my pomade glue. Clear glue. I'm going to go in with a little spoolie here. I'm just going to apply some to my spoolie. And I'm just going to go straight over the brow. Okay. Yep, that's all that it is. I remember correctly, when we had done your first consultation, you did not want lashes, like fake lashes on, correct? Okay, so with that being said, I do have some of my most popular mascaras here in this bag. Yeah, this is actually a Harry Potter bag. So it's got Aloha Mora, the lock. The deer, and then it's got Wingardium Leviosa, the feather. I think it's so cute. I love this bag. Alright, so let's just go over some of the mascaras you have to choose from today. Do you have one that you always use, or just want to see what I have? Sure. That's a lid that doesn't belong. Great Lash, which is always a very popular one. And you know what that looks like, right? Next, I have, in my opinion, the unsung hero of mascaras, which is the Kush. I thought I had that one in here. I mistaked it for this one. So let me grab my Kush one, but first I'll show you my Too Faced mascara that a lot of people like. Big Wand. If you're into Big Wand mascaras, this is your go-to. Let me grab my Kush. mascara, so I will go on a wild goose chase for it if you don't like any of the others, but let me just show you a couple of those. So I have the Definitions. This is a mascara by Lancome. Very good mascara as well. I love this wand for length. So the Too Faced one I showed you provides more volume. This one's more length. This is really cool, and this is Artistry Studio New York. So let me show you how cool this one is. Looks like a regular mascara. What it does is the wand changes. So if you want length, you just lengthen the wand by turning this. You can see how long it got. If you want volume, you take it down and it gets bigger. What I often do is I do my length first and then I make it small and do the volume. I know, really cool concept. A lot of people love this one. What else do I have? I also have my primer, so if you use this one, these go hand in hand together. They're like a set. But this is the primer. And it's white. And it goes on just before this one. You want the set? Okay. I am so sorry about the Kush mascara. I just don't know what could have happened to it. Yeah, that's really weird. I always have it on hand. So we're gonna do this set. I'm gonna just start out with the primer, like I said. Okay. Perfect. Looks beautiful. Now I'm going to go in with the actual Definition mascara. Love this mascara. And the wand is honestly so good. Okay, now we have the eyes all done. So all that's left is to finish up with a blush or highlight, or maybe both, or a bronzer, and then your lip. For your blush or highlight, I have a couple of options here for you, and I'll just kind of show you. I don't know if you're thinking of doing more of a brown for bronzer or a pink for a blush, but if you do a pink, I think you should do a warm toned pink with some brownish undertones, and that is so the pink isn't contrasting too heavily to the brown outfit and the brown makeup. Okay, you just don't want that clash. So I pulled a few that you could probably pull off with all the other color scheme that you're working with. So the first one is a cream blush that I have here. This is probably my least favorite one, but it is pretty and it does have a very subtle undertone to it. It's light, so it's pink, but it's not too dark that it's going to contrast badly with your other tones. The next one I have is this unique Mood Struck Powder Blush. this, I almost dropped it. This is a limited edition that I honestly wish I could get more of because it's one of the only pink blushes that I can find. Let me get some more on my finger. That really has a more brown undertone. A lot of people love this one. Next, I have the e.l.f. Cream Blush. You can see it is a light pink with a little bit of brown undertone in it. And it's actually pretty cool to apply. So I'll just rub this on my hand and put it on your cheeks if you like it. But you can see, like, even against my skin, it's pink, but it's not unnaturally pink. Exactly. And then finally, I have this Too Faced bronzer palette that is a light tan, which I personally love, and then this darker bronzer. My recommendation, if you want it, is to mix this one a little bit with this one. Remember, we already put the glow drops on, so you have a little bit of highlight either way. Okay, so I'm going to go in first with the brown base, and then we'll add a little bit of the cream blush. So I don't want to do too big of a powder on you. I think we'll go with the smaller brush. That's okay. Alright, first things first, we're going to just get some of that on our brush. Not too much. And I'm just going to go in on the cheeks. Ready? And then I'm going to get a little bit more of that. And now I'm going to go in on your other cheek. Sorry about that. Okay, now we have a nice powder, brown powder for your undertone. And now I'm going to start out with a the cream blush on my finger, and then I'm going to go in and blend it in with a sponge. It just works better, just trust me. First, I'm going to just get this on my hand. Now I'm going to just we're just going to use the sponge again, like I said, so I'm just going to take a look at that and make sure you like how it looks. Okay. Alright, let me grab the eyelash curlers. Clean this off with my hand first. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're gonna go in with these eyelash curlers and just go ahead and curl the lashes just a bit more, okay? Just bear with me here. Okay. for your lipstick, I had picked one for you. If you hate it, we will go back and find something different. But I wanted to do a really subtle mix of pink, natural pinkish undertones, and a little bit of brown so that it just was perfect for your outfit. This one is called Keep Time. It's just a little sample from Urban Decay, and you can keep this one for the party. It is a dark brown with a pink undertone, and this is what it looks like. You like it? Okay, let's go ahead and apply that. Yep, and your lips are already moisturized from the gloss we applied earlier. So this should go on seamlessly and it shouldn't flake up or anything. Okay, go ahead and... Alright, I'm gonna set this just over here for you to take with you. Okay? And then the final step in our makeup journey is I'm going to put this, not primer spray, this setting spray on you. This is the one we've already used on your eyes and your brows. And then you'll be ready to start here. Okay. And I'm just going to cover your eyes as we have already done them. And I don't want anything to run. Here we go. Okay, if you don't feel that there's anything that I missed, then I will give you a few minutes to just, relax, go grab a drink, and we'll meet back here to work on your hair. Okay, I'll see you in a few.